You're awesome, man. Thank you.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7.5 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Don't make assumptions. Learn to ask questions. It's always better to ask questions than to make assumptions. Find the courage to ask the questions until you're as clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to the question, you won't have to make the assumption because you will know the truth. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 117. NASDAQ is down 255. S&P's off 15. Gold contract up $29, trading at $18.07 an ounce. We get silver up 88 cents, $28.14 an ounce. Light sweet crude, big bid out here, up $2.25. $61.49 a barrel. Notes and bonds, they could continue to go south. You get the 10-year right now down 5 ticks, trading at 135.09. The 30 down 29 ticks at 162.06 in King Dollar. King Dollar down 313 ticks, trading 90.05. The euro is out here at 121. The yen is at 105.06, and the British pound is at 140 to 1 U.S. dollar. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave Mazda, as we do each and every Monday at 20 past, folks. And Dave is the managing director at Direction Shares, head of product. Dave stays very busy. There's no doubt about that. As you're coming over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see that Direction banner right there. You just hit that banner, and the first one we're going to bring you down to is we're going to take a little shot to the moon. Dave Mazda, welcome back to TFNN.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You know, let's talk about this, of course, every morning that we wake up now, Dave, ETFs are on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, on a continual basis. You got to be elated. When you think about that in 20 years ago, there wasn't a business. Now it's the biggest business. It seems that, when you start putting these funds together, it's almost like a financial advisor could, have 2 or 3 or 4 different of your ETFs to basically stack up and have a professional fund.
Well, that's the beauty of ETFs. So whether you're talking about one beta ETFs that could give you low cost access to equities and fixed income, if you're a set it and forget it, and you could do that at a couple basis points, right?
Yes.
Think about 20 years ago, that would have cost you 2% to build a diversified portfolio, or funds in between, sectors, industries, thematic funds, where you can build around portfolios like that. And then, of course, for traders, are leverage and inverse funds. But it's all the same type of wrapper. And the ETF is really just the wrapper of securities. But it takes the idea of a mutual fund, so give me diversified exposure to a group of securities, but put it on an exchange. When you do that, you can go long, you can go short, you can buy it on margin if that's for you.
Sure.
So it just has much more flexibility than the mutual fund structure. And actually, in most cases, it's more tax efficient because of the way the ETF is actually built and the way the securities are transacted in the portfolio.
Interesting. So the ticker symbol that we're talking about right now, folks, is MOON, M-O-O-N. And so talk to me about this, because it's, we know going forward, the innovation of companies is pretty phenomenal. But that's what kind of this is, right? This is like a innovation, companies that are going forward, they're going to basically change how we live.
Yeah, it's solely focused on that. And it's interesting, Moon, if you were to look at the performance, you'd think it's one of our leverage funds.
I know.
But it's actually a one beta fund, up around 90% since we launched it in November.
Right.
So that's great. We know past performance isn't indicative of future results, but why has it done well? It's because it's focused on what many people are not focused on, right? We think about growth versus value, large versus small. This is 50 unique companies, whether they're the biotechs in the portfolio, industrials in the portfolio, that they spend more money on research and development relative to their sales compared to their peers, and they have innovative cultures and missions. And the way we find that is actually going out and scanning their 10Ks and 10Qs in a systematic way to say, hey, they talk more about these future projects that are going to change the world than their peer. All else being equal, you combine companies talking the talk, walking the walk.
Yeah.
We just take the 50 most of that and build the portfolio.
That's pretty cool, man. I like how that works out. So, what's amazing, Dave, is that, when we talk like regular securities, then we start talking about the ETF structures. But we are in a world right now, right, that, you can make substantial portfolios out of your ETFs. It doesn't matter what sector you actually want to go into. You start putting these all together and you get yourself a leveraged portfolio that could be balanced across a lot of different sectors.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting when we think about the traders who use our products. There are folks, and you probably know them, Tom, who only focus on the gold miners, right?
Sure,
Because you can look at those all day,
right?
However, we increasingly are seeing people kind of build a trading portfolio across sectors. So, this year, semis have come on strong. So SOX L is the bull semi fund. SOX X is there. We're seeing people use those funds to ways they've never used before. Partially, of course, because of where performance and volatility has been there to take advantage of it. You do that. You can also look at FAS and FAZ. Financial, because of where rates are going now,
sure.
Financials have gotten interesting from a trading perspective. They haven't. Same with energy, right? ERX and ERY. Not to throw out every ticker in our book, but the point. I think your point is that you got the miners over here. Everybody knows them. But there's all these other sectors and industries that you can put in your portfolio to take advantage of them, to take advantage of those short-term moves. That's happening in the semi space. Especially, we've seen unbelievable inflows around this earnings season as people have kind of traded the potential for volatility coming out of these names.
No, and I can see it. It was so interesting, Dave, when you brought up the aspect. We're getting the calls in that there's plenty of people, of course, that they're always trading the FAZ, and the Nugget. But what has happened, especially with that moonshot, they're morphing into other funds.
Yeah.
So it's intriguing watching it play. Okay, I'm going to load up on this one now. Pretty wild. Listen, thank you so much. Have a great one, safe one. We look forward to speaking to you 2 weeks from today, Dave.
Talk soon, everyone.
Thank you.